There are many responses to this prayer. Lead us not into temptation. We'll take 3 of those responses. The first one is in Proverbs chapter 30. The prayer of Agur. Proverbs 30, verse 7 to 9. Agur said, 2 things have I required of thee. He's praying to God. Deny me not them before I die. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. Give us this day our daily bread. Lead us not into temptation. That's what he's saying. That is what he's saying here. Lord, don't let me be tempted beyond my measure. Remove far from me vanity and lies. This is one way by which I will fall. Take it far away from me. Don't make me poor. Don't make me rich. Just let me have sufficient. Enough for today. That's all I ask. Because what he said, look at what he says in verse 9. Lest I be full and deny thee. If I have so much wealth, I will deny you. He recognized his weakness. You need to recognize your weakness. Why do you chase after money when you know that this money is the source of your fall? Why do you run after it? And say, who is the Lord? There are many people because of money. I say, forget. Even those who claim that it is God that gave them the money. See how they treat God. You will know that it is not God that gave them that money. That Satan is their master. Or, lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my God in vain. That is Agur's response to that prayer. Or his own prayer. Lord, anything that will make me to be tempted above my capacity, remove it from me. That's what he's saying here. I'm asking 2 things from you. Please don't deny me. Please, Lord, don't deny me. Get vanity and lies away from me. Don't make me poor. Make me rich. Just give me what I need on a daily basis. That's enough for me. I don't need a fat bank account. I just need enough to pay my children's school fees. In a decent school. And a public school is a decent school. I went to public school, for your information. I went to public school, primary, went to semi-public school, secondary. And then went to another university in Nigeria. Nigerian university, with strikes and everything. Although we didn't strike the way people are striking now. But I went to university in Nigeria here. I don't think I've turned out that badly. And I don't think that those who went to Harvard we can sit together and they will talk, and I will not be able to say something to them and teach them 1 or 2 things. So let's not get carried away. I read something on social media about our time, how we listen to our parents who told us, go here, go there. We listen to them. He said, but our own generation has given birth to another generation, that the generation that listened to their parents is now a generation that is listening to their children, because their children don't listen to them. We went to school. They didn't load us with so much homework. We did a little bit of homework now and again, but we had time to work at home and help our parents. Now, they are loading the children with so much homework. The children come home, the parents must do the homework for them. The children don't have time to do any housework. We are raising a bunch of people who cannot function in society properly. That's why we have what we have today. We had friends. We didn't have cell phones, but we had friends, face-to-face friends. We visited one another without obtaining permission from parents that we are coming. Now you must tell the parents that I'm coming to visit my friend. The children have access to social media. I shudder to think of the next 10 years in this country. The kind of things Do you know what social media means? Access to the internet. They have access to pornographic site. One day I was trying to type out a website and I put .com and opened before me was pornography. The same name with .com. I said, what is this? So I quickly switched it off and went and said, what is the URL? Only discovered it was .com something. But that's how a child would have seen it and would have stood there and be looking at it. Hey, what is this? What is this? Your child. Who bought the phone for him? You. Who paid for internet for him? You. Leading him in wholesale temptation. You have not taught that child contentment. Some of us here were never told no before in our lives. Oh, I did not only hear no, I heard no as in, if I hear you say, mention that thing again, the cane that will follow you, you will hear. I heard that. So you didn't hear no once or twice. You heard no once and it was a resounding no. You dare not raise up the issue again. But what are we doing now? We're encouraging our children to lack contentment, to take whatever they desire. Not only our children, but even in our churches, we teach people to go for it. Go after whatever it is your heart desire. God is with you there. Who told you that? Let's look at Paul's attitude to lead us not into temptation. Philippians chapter 4, 11 to 13. Philippians 4, 11 to 13. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content. I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. This is the attitude of the Christian. There are times when we abound, there are times when we are abased. There are times when we have more than enough and we share. There are times when we have next to nothing and are in need. But we are still Christians all the same. We will not steal. We will not go out of the way. When we have more, we don't become proud and arrogant and try to show to the world that we have arrived. When we don't have, we don't hide and try to behave as if, God has not treated me very well, so I don't want to come out. No. In all things, we have learned both to abound and be abased. Both to have excess and to suffer lack. And finally, what is God's own response? 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. There's no temptation that you have gone through or you are going through that is not common to any human being. If you are human, you are able to withstand that temptation. That's what God is saying. Lead us not into temptation. I am saying to you, this is God speaking now. You say to me, lead me not into temptation. And I'm saying to you, there is no temptation that has come to you that is not common to a man. But God is faithful. God is saying, I am faithful and will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but will with the temptation, with that inside that same temptation, also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. The issue with God is bear it, endure it, go through it. Make sure you do not camper to Satan. As I'm facing you with this temptation, as I'm allowing you to be tempted, let me tell you, I am not allowing you to be tempted above that which you are able to bear. So bear it. As you are bearing it, you will suddenly see an escape route. I will show you a way by which you will get out of that temptation. And you will get out of it. It's not as if some of us have not been in compromising situations with members of the opposite sex. But when it was becoming too hard, God said, this is the way out. Take it. For many of us, we didn't take it. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Instead of taking the way out, we stayed. The temptation was there. It was becoming overbearing. God said, this is the way out. Go now. You said no. I've been able to hold it. Let me hold it again. And then you fell. And then you didn't know where to turn. You couldn't go to your pastor to confess. You couldn't come to church, even in church, to confess quietly because you were so overwhelmed by it. You didn't believe you could fall. I heard the story of a brother who fasted 7 days dry. This brother, I'm told before then, was a cocky brother. He believed that he could withstand anything. And then he was doing 7 days dry. On the 7th day of that fast, that dry fast, an old girlfriend visited him. Can you imagine somebody who is fasting for 7 days dry? And then an old girlfriend came to visit him. And what happened? He broke his fast on top of that girl. After that, he ran to the man of God and said to the man of God, "Sir, I want to confess. I have fallen from grace." They asked him what it was. They prayed with him. He was restored back. When he began to preach, his message was sweeter now. It was born out of the experience that anyone